Hey guys, it's Jalen. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing something fun. I just want to say that this is going to be the first video of the 2019 series. I told some story times that happened in 2019, but I'm deciding to make this a whole series. So today we're going to be going in order of the events that happened in 2019. There's going to be multiple different series. There's going to be a 2019 series, a 2020 series, 2021, leading up to now. But this is the 2019 series. I wanted to start with 2019 because that was the most impactful year of my life. 2019 brought me to where I am today. So today we're going to be getting into the 2019 story time. This first story time, I'm going to get into it a little bit, but I want to explain what we're also doing today. Today I'm going to be dyeing my hair. So my hair is going to be several different colors. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the three colors that I'm using to dye my hair. I'm going to be using Hawaiian Fire by Kiss. I'm going to be using Rose Gold by Kiss. And I'm going to be using Fuchsia by Kiss. I'm going to mix all three colors up. And then I'm going to apply it to the pink side of my hair. The dark side of my hair doesn't really need a touch up. It's pretty black. So I'm not going to touch the black side of my hair. We're just going to do the pink side of my hair. But today we're going to tell the story time of how this man that I was dating at the time, the guy that I was with, how he cheated on me with his ex-boyfriend. But it's not just what you think of a simple cheating. It's a whole story behind it. So we're gonna get into that. But first, I'm going to mix up my dyes. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, I'm gonna need you guys to subscribe to the channel, because what the fuck are you doing not subscribing to the channel? Make sure you click that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know every time that I post new videos and new content will be up. I am on a recording surge, so you might see me with the same shirt on, and the next video my hair will actually be dyed. So yeah, if you guys see me, you know, with the same kind of fits on for the next like 2 or 3 videos, just know that I'm recording them all the same day. But I am dedicated to get content out for you guys. I will talk more about what I am doing within the next 3 to 4 weeks, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. But I'm not going to share it with you now, but I can't wait to share it with you guys. But if that's all, if you've already subscribed, if you've already hit that notification bell, roll the intro and let's get into this video. All right, so let's get into this dye. This is the color right here. I mixed up those 3 colors, and I'm just gonna apply this to my head while I tell you guys this story. So like I said, I'm taking you guys back to 2019, where all of this kind of started. That year itself was a pretty interesting year. I consider it to be one of the most interesting years of my life. And anybody I would to bring on this channel would tell you that, you know, it was one of the most interesting years as my life. I'm using the camera to apply this dye. So if I'm not looking at you guys, just know that I'm trying to do my hair. But I am going to tell you guys this story. But yeah, 2019 was one of the most interesting years of my life. I think personally 2019 kind of shaped me into who I am now. And a lot of those experiences kind of taught me lessons that I needed to learn. Needed lessons, you know. It was nothing that I didn't need to learn. It was things that I genuinely needed to learn about people and how this world works and how people are in this world, you know. So I'll start it off like this. So I met this guy. We're gonna call him... Funny story. I'm gonna get into what happened recently and why I decided to start off with this story time specifically. But yeah, so we're gonna call him... Let's call him Alvin. Alvin. So I met Alvin on this lovely dating app known as Tinder. Tinder was the app where I met Alvin on. And I feel like Tinder is, well, it used to be. Tinder used to be, at least for me, I don't know about the girlies that use Tinder now, but at least for me, Tinder used to be, I spilled the dye on myself. It's okay. Tinder used to be this site where, you know, you would actually have a chance at finding romance. So I was like, you know, let me download this app. I downloaded Tinder, you know, swiping through the profiles, seeing who's really my type, and, you know, kind of like going based off of that. I wanted to see who was really my type and who really, you know, was really going to be a good contender to date. So I come across Alvin's profile, and I see that Alvin is also into the same things that I'm into. You know, at the time, I was smoking with my friends. You know, he was into that, but not as much as me and my friends were. You know, he was one of those, what do you call them, social smokers? He was one of those. So, me and him, you know, we got along for that. And then I was like, you know what, it'd be nice, even if we don't date, it'd be nice to have, you know, a friend. And if you're wondering how I'm seeing this from the back, I'm going to do the back off camera, but I just wanted to, you know, get in this side. But yeah, he's just one of those people. He's just one of those guys, you know, that I could see myself, you know, either being friends with or being cool with. So, you know, I swipe on him. Nothing happens. It wasn't a match. So I was like, okay, moving on. So I continued to swipe on Tinder for a little bit. I got on the phone with my best friend, and I was, at the time, my ex-best friend at the time. We're going to call him Cake. So, because for the type of boy that he was, a lot of people said that he had cake, okay? He had cakes. So we're going to call him Cake. We'll call him Cake. So, Cake, he just was telling me, you know, keep your head up, sis. You know, you'll find that one person. Turns out I'm not doing the back off camera. I'm actually going to do it on camera, and then I'm going to look at it off camera and see how this hair looks. But Cake was one of those guys where, you know, he'll give you the advice that you need to hear, and then he'll tell you what you want to hear first, let you experience it, and then he'll tell you what you need to hear. So he was just telling me, like, you know, oh, to have faith, and, you know, this guy that you swiped on, he's not going to be the only guy to really, you know, talk to you. You're going to have other options, and there are going to be other options out there for you. So I took what he said. You know, I didn't take what he said with a grain of salt. I actually took what he said and said, you know what? I'm gonna be more positive about it, because at this time, y'all, in high school, I might have done all this fighting and been all types of ratchet. I mean, I still am now. Bitch, you get buck with me, I'm gonna punch you in your fucking mouth. But, you know, in high school, I was really a fighter, and aside from me being all of those things, I was really a hopeless romantic at heart. Because, y'all, I done been through so much shit with these relationships. Even now, like, I just been through so much shit in life. And it's not an excuse for anything, and I will never excuse anything that I've done. But at the end of the day, I now know my worth, and I know what, you know, I know my worth. I know what I need in life at the end of the day. I know who needs to be around me, and I know who doesn't need to be around me. And the people that don't need to be around me aren't around me. And the people that are around me, I hold them close. So, with that being said, Cake just decides to tell me that, and we proceed on with our conversation, you know, talking about how school was, because mind you, me and Cake were best friends in high school, but I had moved to Jersey in 2015, so I was doing high school in Jersey, but we would still talk, and we would still communicate, and we would still stay in touch with each other, because, hello, that's what best friends do. We're not going to let a little bit of a distance, you know, separate us. So, we did that, y'all. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go clean this up off camera, and then I'm gonna come back. So the next day comes, I'm in school. I forgot to put this dye on my eyebrows. Give me 1 second. So the next day comes, y'all, and I wake up to a match notification from Tinder. I open the app, not really thinking much of it, not really, you know, not trying to delve too much into what it is, not trying to get my hopes up. So I opened the Tinder app, and it turns out he's the one, Alvin was the one that matched me. So I proceed to text Alvin. We're talking, I'm texting him a simple, hey, how are you? Just trying to, spark conversation to get to know this boy. And turns out he was into me, and he was actually looking for a relationship. We got to know each other. He was telling me all of these great things. Mind you, even though me and Alvin don't speak now, I will give Alvin this credit. Alvin was a very intelligent boy. Very, very intelligent, top of the honor roll in his class. Alvin was definitely somebody that none of my friends saw me being with, because everybody assumed that I wanted to be with somebody who was more like me. I mean, I was very smart in school. I definitely did get good grades in high school. Just in the sense of, because I lived in a white town. So you know how white kids are. They're very racist. So the white kids in my school didn't really expect me to be with somebody like that. Mind you, this guy did not go to my school. He lived all the way in New York. He didn't go to my school whatsoever. He was nowhere near my school, so people only knew about him because I would post about it online. I posted our first date, and everybody was like, oh, I would never expect you to go with him. I would expect you to be with somebody a little more, ghetto. And this is coming from these white kids. So everything that I'm saying to you right now, the white kids in my school really was going in on me, because everybody just did not expect me to be with somebody who was, that had a real good education and stuff like that. So nobody expected me to be with somebody like that. People in my high school expected me to be with somebody who just didn't care about life, who was very laid back. They used the term ghetto, like I said. And when I date people, I date anybody. Girl, I could tell you how many people I've dated. There's so many story times, but we're not here to talk about the other people. We're here to talk about Alvin and how Alvin did some fuck shit. So moving on, me and Alvin, we were getting to know each other in the Tinder messages, and then we proceeded to exchange phone numbers. Y'all, at the time, I had an Android. I'm gonna be honest with you, I had an Android in high school. All throughout high school, I had a fucking Android. I didn't get my first iPhone till 2020. So throughout all of high school, I had an Android. So I gave him my phone number. We were texting. He found out that I had an Android. He was like, oh, you have an Android? I was like, yeah, I got an Android. So what? At the end of the day, he was trying to tease me about it in the beginning, but he really wasn't coming at me for having an Android. But I had an Android. So we were texting. Communication was great through text messages. And then I told him, I said, well, you know what? Since we can text better on Messenger, on Facebook, let's do that. So he added me on Facebook. We started talking on Facebook Messenger because I was really getting annoyed with texting on my Android. I didn't like texting on my Android. Anytime I would talk to my friends, it would be on Facebook Messenger, or it would be on Instagram, because I really didn't like communicating on my Android. I really only spoke to my best friend on my Android, and a few other friends that wasn't gonna really bully me about having an Android. So we moved the conversation to Messenger. Now, with Facebook Messenger, it'll show you if somebody read your message or things like that. So keep that in mind. So I decided to, this is my friend over here. He just walked in. But, so I decided to keep the conversation on Messenger. So we started texting on Messenger, getting to know him. He starts flirting with me over text message. Mind you, we didn't go on a date. We didn't know each other. We didn't really have too much experience with each other. So he just decided to hit me up on Facebook Messenger. The guy hits me up on Facebook Messenger one random day and starts flirting with me. So I flirt back. You know me, I was a thug in high school. I was very much so, oh yeah, if a nigga wanna talk to me, I'ma talk to him, and I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'ma flirt back if he's flirting. I don't care how many guys I'm talking to. That was me. I was very much HOE in high school. Not an HOE in a sexual way, an HOE in the sense of I had multiple guys I was talking to at the same time. Never once kissed any of these men. Never once laid down in bed with any of these men. I didn't suck no cocky sin. I didn't do any of that. But this boy, he kind of was trying to bring that side out of me. And mind you, y'all, I'm very much so a freak. When it comes to text messages, I can talk real freaky, talk real spicy, and that was just me. So I'm giving him the same energy he's giving me. And we're proceeding to have this nice conversation. I'm getting into it, and whatever. Everything's cool, calm, copacetic. So we're talking. He's telling me, oh, when I see you, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And then I had to take a minute and pause. I said, okay, we're flirting, but there's no way we should be moving this fast and talking about sex already and what we're going to do to each other already. I just think that maybe the attraction was already there and he was that much attracted to me that we did have that connection that fast. I wasn't expecting it. I'm not the type of person to usually have connections with people that quick. But that's what ended up happening. We ended up having such a great, connection over messages. I decided to say, well, since you have all this energy in the messages, when are we actually going to meet up? And he was like, I will let you know. I'll let you know when we can meet up and stuff like that. We were both in high school, mind you. We were both in high school, and I was able to actually have Tinder. So I obviously I'm going to put my age 18 on the app. But there were some other guys who didn't really put his age. Alvin being one of them. Alvin put that he was 21 because I guess he had the Tinder app when he was underage. So when I asked him, I said, oh, are you 21? Because you told me that you're still in high school. He's like, no, I'm 18, the same age as you. I was like, okay, cool. So we keep talking. We're getting into conversation a little bit more. We're getting into each other a little bit more. And then a few days later of us just communicating and getting to know each other through messages, he finally asked me out on a date, y'all. He asked me out on a date. It was cute. It was cute. It was cute how he asked me. He was very casual about it. He wasn't trying to pull out all the stops. I believe that he was personally saving that for the date, and which I think he was. But he was a really cool guy when it came down to booking dates and, spending time with people. He always devoted his time to the people he wanted to be around. So me as a person, I'm all for it. I told him, I said, okay, I will meet you at such and such and such time. We can go on a cute little date. And, we went on a cute little date. So I'm gonna tell you how the date went. But this hair is almost processing. I just wanted to stop and talk about my hair for a minute. My hair's gonna process, so I'm gonna be sitting here talking. When I'm gonna rinse my hair, I'm gonna rinse it out and then come back. But I'm not doing that yet. Like I said, I just applied the dye. So in about another 10-20 minutes for me, for y'all, it might be like a quick cut and a quick edit and a quick left and right. And then I'm gonna come back and all this is gonna be washed off. So yeah, just wanted to kind of bring that up. Okay, so boom, it comes the time for the date. Now, I'm the type of person to where I like to look very good. I like to look very presentable when I'm going on dates. I want to make sure that I look the best when I'm going on a date. I'm not going to come to the date looking crusty. I'm not going to come to the date looking all busted. I'm going to pull out all the stops. In high school, I just started experimenting with lashes. I already had my nails done and stuff like that. So I went to the quick Dollar Tree. I went, got myself some press-ons and that Kiss acrylic. Being a nail tech now, looking back on it, where I started from was really interesting because I used to get press-ons and I would get the plain ones, not the one with designs. I didn't really think that type of level because I'm a creative. I like to make my own type of designs when I do my nails and stuff like that and my hair. So I just went and bought a clear box of press-ons. I glued them halfway like you would with a regular tip, and I would put some clear acrylic on top. And then, paint my shit with my regular nail polish because bitches wasn't, using gel yet. Now, if a bitch books her nail appointment with me, a little bit of self promo, go to my nail page on Instagram. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. Go to my nail page, and if y'all are in the New York area, I'm gonna need y'all to book with me because look at my nails. I did these. If y'all wanna get slayed by me, if y'all wanna get y'all nails done by me, go ahead and go to that Instagram page and book me. But that's enough about that. That's enough self-promotion for now. So yeah, I went, did my little nails. I did a cute little calm set. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be cute about this. I'm gonna, have my nails done. I went into my closet. Mind you, the weather was starting to get a little bit warmer, but it wasn't as hot. So I went in my closet. I got these black skinny jeans. They was ripped. Mind you, in high school, I was getting a little slim thick. So, the thighs was thick. The booty was bootying. So, bitch, I went and got my skinny jeans because obviously I'm going to try to look my best. So I put on my skinny jeans. I wasn't really into crop tops as much, earlier in high school, so I didn't put that on. Yeah, that would have been a cute outfit though. That outfit would have ate. If I would have had some skinny jeans on with a nice crop top and a cute little mini jacket, it would have been cute. But I went, I got a cute little graphic tee, one of my favorite graphic tees to wear. Picked that one out, put it on. You know, I had gotten ready. I didn't wear makeup back then. I still don't wear makeup now. The most y'all see me will put on is some eyelashes, some lip gloss. That's literally that's the type of realm I am. I don't really put makeup on my face, but when I do, it's usually for like special events or like my birthday and such. But aside from that, I went, put my little lip gloss on. I know how to do lashes, so I just avoided the lashes. So I'm sitting there in my house. It's a weekend, mind you, it was Saturday. I was waiting for him to tell me when he was outside. I was waiting for him, sitting there. My mother comes into the room. She's like, oh, she knew I was gay at this point, but she didn't know I was going on a date. She thought I was just hanging out with a friend. So she said, oh, you're waiting here for your friend? I was like, yeah, he's driving. He's gonna let me know when he's outside. And then we're going to, go, and I'll be back later. She was like, okay, cool. My mom gave me some money. She threw $30 my way. So I was like, okay, that's cute. I could work them $30 because at the end of the day, I knew that Saturday, I was going to go on this date with him and then come back home in one piece. And at $30, I made it stretch. Back then in high school, I don't know about y'all, but whenever my parents used to give me money, and when I say parents, I mean my mother and my biological father. Yeah, cause that's a whole nother situation. I'm gonna get into that, cause that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother series on this channel. But I'm gonna get into that. So we decided to just, go on this. Like I said, we're going on a date. I keep repeating myself because I keep getting lost and keep getting distracted by other things and thinking about other shit that happened that year. So let me get back on track. So I'm sitting there. I'm watching my little YouTube. At the time, I was heavy on the beauty YouTubers, even though, like I said, I didn't wear makeup, but I used to find it like aesthetically pleasing to watch people do their makeup. So I had James Charles on the TV. I don't watch James Charles anymore. I'm not into that realm. He's very problematic. He does a lot of shit with little kids. I'm just not getting into that. Allegedly. I'm not trying to get sued, but allegedly that's what he's been doing. So I just decided not to watch his videos anymore. So I was watching James Charles at the time. I get a text message. He's like, oh, I'm coming around the block. Come outside. So I was like, okay, bet. So I turn off my TV. I get my little bag and I go outside. Mind you, y'all, his car was cute. It was a cute little car. It was brand new. It was a cute little car. It was something that I would expect a high schooler to have. It was a cute car. So I'm walking down the driveway. I said bye to my mom. Walking down the driveway, and I went to go in his car. When I got into this car, this man smelled like heaven. If y'all know the Dior cologne, the Savage, if you know how that smells, picture that specific scent, but a different brand. I don't know what brand it was, but it smelled like that. If y'all know what Dior cologne, I'm talking about the Dior Savage, not the new one that just came out, the original one. That one, he smelled a little bit like that's what he smelled like. It's just smelled like man in a car. So automatically, when men have colognes and they smell real good, that's what attracts me. So that cologne it already set it off. It already set the tone for how this date was finna go. So he was like, oh, you looking good or whatever. I'm like, all right, thank you, da-da-da, being real cute and coy. I wasn't trying to be, too like cocky about it. He was giving me compliments and I was trying to be real cute and, just acting real soft. I was trying to be real soft, I'll say. Instead of like my normal rough exterior that I have with y'all or with my friends, when it comes to guys, I tend to be a little more softer because I feel like I felt like at the time, not now, but at the time, I felt like that personality, that rougher, real, raw side of me, I felt like guys wouldn't be attracted to that, and I shouldn't show that initially when, meeting guys and stuff. But now, I just genuinely don't give a fuck. You take me as I am, you like me as I am, I come the way I come, and if you don't like me, then you're not for me. And that's how I go now about shit. Because these men love to act like, you gotta be a certain way for them. So I just tell people nowadays, you're gonna accept me as I am. And if you don't, then the door's there, okay? You can walk out the door. You ain't gotta stay here with me. You don't like what you see, then you can walk the fuck out. So we're getting into conversation. He's driving me around in the car. I was like, let me not smoke. I asked him, I said, oh, you're like, do you want to smoke or whatever? So the boy, he starts rolling up a little joint or whatever. He rolled up a joint. We were smoking a blunt. He went to the liquor store. He got a bottle. We were sipping on that. Then he told me, he's like, you know what? I'm a little hungry. You want anything? I was like, yeah, let's go to Wendy's. Why not go to Wendy's? Wendy's was my shit back in high school. In high school, Wendy's was my shit. Wendy's over McDonald's any day, and it's still like that to this day. I'd rather go to Wendy's than McDonald's. That's just me. I've always been that type of kid in high school. Maybe towards like middle school, elementary, I was more so McDonald's. But when it came to high school, oh baby, I was in that Wendy's. I wasn't even thinking about a McDonald's. So we Googled the nearest Wendy's because, mind you, like I said, I lived in Jersey, but I didn't really know all the other towns of Jersey, and we were not in my town. He had drove outside of the town because he just wanted to go for a nice, cute little drive. We ended up getting on the highway. We was driving and whatever, and it was really calm, really cool, really collected, getting to know each other a little bit more. He had his hand on my thigh and everything. He was trying to be real sexual, but I wasn't gonna give it up. I wasn't trying to give it up. So me being me, I ain't gonna give up nothing. You not getting this nana on the first date. You not getting this good cooch on the first date. You definitely not. So I quickly said, you're not getting this cooch, but you keep your hand there. You could be cute with that, but you're not getting this cooch. And I make that very fucking clear. I told him too. I was like, listen, if you want this cooch, you gotta work for it. He was like, I like working for things. I like having to have a little bit of a challenge. You seem like you're gonna be a little bit of a challenge, and I'm ready to take on the challenge. So I was like, okay, you know that I'm not one of those easy bitches. Keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind. He knew I wasn't one of those easy bitches. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So we pull up to the Wendy's. We getting real cute. Pulling up to the Wendy's, it's giving cute little mini date, like what high schoolers would do. He's like, like now probably we'll go like out to like bigger, do more special things, bigger things. But in high school, a cute little car ride with a bottle and some Wendy's, that's what satisfied me in high school. And it's sad looking back on it. I should have had higher standards than that and should have said, nah, we not going to Wendy's. I go to Wendy's with my girls. Bitch, you're a whole man. You're gonna take me out somewhere cute. But I wasn't thinking like that. I was just, like I said, I was a hopeless romantic. So I found romance in anything. We could be doing the most smallest shit and I would find the romance in anything. Now I'm kind of still like that, but I know my worth. And back then in high school, to be honest with y'all, I didn't really know my worth like that because once again, we're teenagers, we're kids. We don't really know this stuff about ourselves. We get into these relationships in high school thinking that it's going to be forever, and that's just not how it is. It just don't work like that. So that's just to give you a little bit of an idea of where my mindset was at the time. But yeah, we get the Wendy's. We're in the drive-thru line. I'm ordering my shit. I go into my pocket to pull out my wallet, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm about to pay for my food. He puts his hand over my wallet and goes, no, that's your money. You keep your money. I took you out on this date. I asked you out, so I'm gonna pay for it. He went and bought all of our food. So we ordered mad shit. Mind you, niggas was high, niggas was fucking lightweight tipsy. We was ordering mad food. We ordered mad food, sat in the car, we was just munching it down, talking a little bit more, getting to know each other. Y'all, we were outside driving around in the car, listening to music for about a good 5 to 6 hours. He ended up parking the car. We sat in the park and we were just talking, just having casual conversation. He was telling me more about like what he wants to do in life. Like I said, y'all, he's talented. He has a lot going for him. So he was in this like musical theater. He was in like some type of like band program. He used to play the bass. And y'all, that was so like sexy to me. Like men that play instruments, it was just so sexy. Musical, lyrical, artist type of men, like that was just so sexy to me. So I found that really attractive, and he was just going into more detail about it. And then I started talking about like, how I want to do nails. I want to make nails a career for me. I want to really open my own salon. Mind you, I was saying all this stuff in 2019, and look where I'm at now. I'm actually taking real clients and doing real people's nails. So at least something that I had in my head from high school stuck with me. So I was very happy to talk about that. And, he was just getting into it more. He's like, listen, I see us going far. I want to be there to help you with your business. I want to be there to bring you up. And I know you're going to be there to support me. So let's just move this relationship a little bit further. And then, I had said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll move this relationship a little bit further. You really are somebody that I can see myself being with. So I said, why not? So then we start to head back to my place, and he drops me off. When he drops me off, y'all, I go to try to open my door. He comes around out of his door, and he goes to open my door. When I get out the car, he literally grabs my hand and he kisses me in front of my house. Mind you, I didn't know if my mother was watching out the window, because my mom was always that overprotective mom. Every time I went out and I told her I was on my way back, she'd be waiting there for me. Like, literally, like, you ever see like those movies where the boyfriend or the child comes home and the mom is sitting in the chair, and when the child opened the door, she spin that chair around and be like, where the fuck you been? Yeah, that was my mom for y'all. That was my mom. And to avoid those types of situations, I would come home when I know my mom would be asleep, knocked out, and she wouldn't be worried about what time I came through the door. But somehow, my mom always ended up knowing when I was gonna walk through that door, so she was right there every single time. I couldn't get away with shit. I couldn't come in the house at 4 o'clock in the morning because she would be right there. And I only did that once, and she got on my ass. She was like, you should have just stayed at your dad's house. Because when I did that, I was in New York, and I stayed at my dad's house. And she's like, you should have just stayed at your dad's house and came home in the morning. But that's besides the point. So he drops me off. He gives me a little kiss or whatever. I go in the house. I'm in the house all giddy, all fucking happy, bitch, all this, that, and the third. All excited. So then I immediately call my bestie. I call my bestie Cake at the time. I don't know why I'm addressing Cake as a bestie, because me and Cake don't fuck with each other. But at the time, I was happy to call Cake, and I was happy to say Cake was my best friend. Now, my real best friend from nowadays, you may or may not be my real best friend, but my real best friend is that bitch. And if y'all hosts ever think y'all gonna play with her, I'ma fuck y'all hosts up. Period. But anyways, y'all. So I called Cake on the phone. Me and Cake was talking. Cake was telling me, oh, sis, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you finally found somebody that was really good for you. You found somebody with a real education. And I'm tired of you dating these lame-ass niggas. This, that, and the third. Yes, Cake said nigga. Yes, I used to try to check Cake about it all the time, but it came to a point where I just like got so annoyed, and I just got so used to Cake saying nigga. Mind you, Cake is not black. Cake is not even white. Cake was Asian. So Cake used to always say nigga all the time around me. Mind you, Cake would never say nigga when Cake was dating my current best friend. So yeah, I'm gonna get into that's a whole story time, and I think I might have my best friend here to tell y'all that, because that's also his business, and I don't want to like put his business out on Front Street, so I'm not gonna do that. But that is my bitch, so I'm gonna respect my bitch's boundaries. I'm not gonna really talk about them too heavy, but yeah. Cake like to say nigga a lot, so if you hear me speaking on what Cake was saying to me, he's saying nigga. And for my black people in the comments, people like me in the comments, don't worry, I checked that ass. I got it, I checked that ass. I just got so tired of checking that ass because he was never learning. And at the end of the day, back then in 2019, it bothered me to hear other people say the M word, but because he was my best friend, I guess I was kind of blinded to that. I have grown from that, because if me and him was still best friends to this day, he would have been cut off if he would have tried that shit again. Because you have to learn and grow. We're all learning and growing. But yeah, Cake used to just say the N-word a lot. So he was like, oh, I'm tired of you dating these lame ass niggas. These niggas always want to sit here and fuck you and think that they about to cheat on you with their girl or with their boy or whatever they got going on. So I'm glad that you found somebody that's actually going to be there for you and actually going to help you grow as a person, because I'm tired of seeing you get hurt by the same lame ass dudes. Like, these dudes is not good for you, and you sitting here still playing with these lame ass dudes. Stop playing with them, you know? And I was just like, you know what? You right, best. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep it calm. I'm gonna just, go on this date with him, and I'm gonna really enjoy this experience and really put some hope and more energy into this relationship. So fast forward, me and him still talking, me and Alvin still getting to know each other. Alvin was just proving to me why I needed to pursue this relationship even more, because Alvin was just a great person. It comes down to a point where it's now May. We're still dating. It's now May. We're still dating. And 3 months now. It's been 3 months that we've been together, and I'm actually happy. I'm actually great because the relationship I was in before was trash, and I went through a lot with that man. So being that I was now in this new relationship, in this newfound love, and I felt so happy. I put all my trust into this man, y'all. I really put all my trust into him, and I was really hoping that he would be the one for me. And it turns out he really wasn't the one for me. He was really just trying to play me this whole time. And it's just sad how shit turned out that way. But yeah, so we're gonna fast forward to May. May comes, I finally get around to introducing him to my best friend because my best friend was like, you know what, sis? I'm gonna come to Jersey. We're gonna chill this weekend. You're gonna introduce me to him. And I'm gonna have Ayana come too. My friend, shit, I have to bleep out her name. But fuck it. I'ma just, y'all didn't fucking hear her name. Y'all act like y'all didn't hear her name. We're gonna call her Peaches. So I'm gonna invite Peaches. So mind you, Peaches comes with us to meet Alvin. Me, Peaches, and Cake, we meet up to go hang out with Alvin. Alvin comes in the car. We all get in Alvin's car. And this was after, this wasn't on Saturday. This was after school. Alvin jumps into the car. We chilling or whatever. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is a vibe. So Alvin comes, get in the car. We all chilling, playing music. Alvin's like, where do y'all want to go? So where do we go again, y'all? We went to Wendy's. We all went to Wendy's, got some food at Wendy's. Alvin then parks his car by 7-Eleven. If you guys are in Bloomfield, if you guys live in Bloomfield, New Jersey, y'all know what 7-Eleven I'm talking about. Y'all know the park that's right across from 7-Eleven. So he parked by 7-Eleven, and we went into the park. We was all chilling in the park. Me, Cake, and Peaches was chilling. Cake and Peaches went off like a little bit separate from us, and I was there with Alvin. Me and Alvin was talking. He was holding me. I was sitting in his lap. It was real cute, real calm, real collected. Alvin and Cake, they were getting along from what it seemed. It seemed like they was getting along. So then Peaches goes and she's like, you know what? He's actually a really good guy for you. I actually like him. He's really cool. Da-da-da-da. But Peaches was more so like, I'm happy for you, but I want you to be aware. Don't just fall into this relationship thinking that he's going to be the perfect guy. Always be prepared for anything. My dumb ass didn't listen to Peaches because I was like, you know what, Peaches, you just saying that. I know you're trying to be my friend and you're trying to be there for me. You want me to be more aware, but I'm going to put my effort into this relationship because that's what I want. I want to be with this guy and I want him to be the guy for me. So that's what I ended up telling Peaches. And then we proceeded to hang out. It was a great day, actually. It was a really calm, cool, collective day. It was a great day. Fabulous day, actually. So then, moving along, the next day comes. It was Saturday now. Now Cake is texting me in the nighttime. It's Saturday at like midnight. Cake is texting me. Cake is like, sis, you gotta come to the city. Let's go to the city. Let's chill. Let's hang out. So I told my mom I was going back to New York on Saturday. So Saturday we went to New York, and I went and linked up with Cake. Me and Cake hung out. I went to go see my sisters. And we all hung out for the day. I was telling my sisters about this new guy. They were happy for me because they know the shit I've been through and the relationships I've been in. They know what I deserve, and they know that I also deserve better. So they were also kind of like, trying to like get me to see that you do deserve better, sis. You deserve better. So hung out with them. Saturday was cool, calm, copacetic. On my way back to the city though, me and Cake get into conversation, and Cake is telling me like, listen, sis, I know you like this guy, but I got a weird vibe from him. Like when you and Peaches were over there talking, I noticed that he was on his phone texting somebody. I don't know who he was texting, but I thought, ask your best friend. It's my job to tell you. But I saw him texting somebody. I was like, girl, he was probably just texting one of his cousins or whatever. He got a lot of cousins. He got a lot of family members. He was probably just texting somebody that he knows. And, I'm just going to leave it at that. And then Cake ends up telling me, well, just keep your eye out, sis. I wasn't trying to listen to what Ayana, I said her name again. Whatever, we're just going to keep it rolling. I wasn't trying to listen to what Peaches said earlier. But, at the end of the day, Peaches is right. Peaches is 100% right. You still gotta keep your guard up. I know I was helping you and trying to like get you to like, you know, see that this guy could really be good for you. But now, like, you know, seeing that, it kind of put a red flag up in my head. So I just want you to be careful. So I said, all right, Cake, I'll listen to you. I'll take your advice. So I ended up going back to Jersey. I came back home real late. Because like I said, me and Cake had this conversation at midnight when we was leaving. So I got back home, called Cake. We talked about it a little bit more. Cake was just pretty much saying the same thing he told me when we were in person. So I just took that with a grain of salt. Fast forward to next week. The next week comes. Alvin decides to invite me to another date. I was like, okay, this is a cute date. I told my mom that I was going out with my friend again, and she was like, oh, okay, here's some money. My mom threw $20 my way. I was like, okay, that's cute. So waited for him outside. He came and picked me up. He said, okay, so do you know where we're going? I said, no, I really don't know where we're going. He said, okay, well, I know you wanted to see the new Captain Marvel movie, so let's go see it. Let's go to the theaters. Mind you, the whole time while I was waiting for him, he was talking real spicy to me in the, he was talking real spicy to me in the messages. So I was like, oh, you talking real spicy? Like, you gonna do this, that, and the third. Y'all, when I tell you we got to this movie theater, he once again paid for the tickets, he paid for the popcorn and everything. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, this guy is really like committed to taking me out. So he took me out to the movies. We went out to the movies. It was really cute. It was a good movie. Captain Marvel's a great movie, by the way. But in the beginning of the movie, it was a little dry in the beginning. At least I thought it was a little dry in the beginning, but we were just sitting there having a conversation. He starts putting his hand on my thigh and kissing my neck. So I'm like, damn, we're in the movie theater. I've never done this before. So we start kissing, making out in the back of the movie theater. And I realized in my head, there's a reason why you wanted to sit in the back of this damn movie theater. I later found out why, y'all. So we're sitting in the back of the movie theater, just kissing, watching a movie. He tells me to put my hand on his sausage link. So I'm touching his sausage link. His sausage link wasn't something to, I'm not gonna glorify it. I'm not gonna really like go off about it because he's old news. But if y'all notice that the light changed a little bit, it's because I'm recording by the window. The sun kind of moved, so like the lighting is gonna look a little funny. Let me fix this camera. But the lighting is gonna look a little funny. But he had me touching on his sausage link. His sausage link, I'll just say this, it was given. His sausage link was given. He told me, oh, so take it out. I was like, what do you mean take it out? We're in a movie theater. He's like, bro, it's dark. We're the only ones back there. And mind you, he picked a good time to go to the movies where nobody was gonna be there. Cause for some reason, this movie theater wasn't as popular. Not too many people kept going to this movie theater. And at the time we were watching the showing, barely was anybody in there. Most of the people were towards the front, closer towards the screen. We was at the last row in the back, and we was the only people in the row. So he took out his sausage link, because I wasn't going to do that work. Baby, you want me to do something? You going to take it out. He took out his sausage link. Y'all, I just said, you know what? Fuck it. You only live once. I want to be able to have this experience and say that I did something. Back then, I had a bucket list of things I wanted to do, and giving head in the movie theater was something that I wanted to do. So I proceeded to put my mouth on his sausage link. I was doing the do on the sausage. Whole time, just doing the do. He was being mad quiet though. I was going to town on the sausage, and then he ended up pouring lava into my throat, and it was cute. It was a cute little experience. I'm not gonna lie, it was a cute little experience. So I ended up doing that. He put the sausage away. We're chilling for the rest of the movie, eating popcorn, drinking, cool, whatever. I go to the bathroom, wash my face out. I had a little bit of mouthwash in my bag because I just knew we was gonna get into some things, and I wanted to get this nice juicy burger from this restaurant, and I knew I was gonna wanna put onions or stuff on top of like that, so I needed some Listerine. So I went in the bathroom, mouthwash my mouth, cause girl, you don't wanna have cum breath. Yeah, I said it, cum breath. You don't wanna have cum breath after you sucked it, cause a lot of you bitches be walking around with cum breath and they'll be wanting to brush your teeth or go clean your mouth after you've got fucking cum breath. They wanna be eating the fucking chopped cheese from the fucking deli, then going back to suck that dick. And then when you're going back to suck that dick, he's sticking that dick in your pussy. It's not gonna work. So, yeah, y'all need to fix that up. So I went, did my little Listerine in the bathroom, cleaned my mouth out, came back, watched the rest of the movie. The movie was finished. He decided to take me out to Wendy's again. I wanted Wendy's. It's not like he was intentionally taking me out to Wendy's. I actually wanted to go eat at Wendy's, so that's where he took me. Went to go eat at Wendy's again. Then after the Wendy's, we sat in the car talking for a little bit more. Had a hot makeout session in the car. And then he took me home. Once he takes me home, I'm chilling or whatever. I'm laying on the bed. I tell my bestie, Cake. I almost said Cake's name, so that's why I had to drag out the word bestie. That's why I said it like that. But I'm on the phone with Cake, and me and Cake is just talking, and I'm telling Cake about the date or whatever. Y'all, I'm gonna be right back. I need to go wash all of this out, and I'm gonna finish the rest of this story, and then I'm gonna get into some other videos. But for right now, I'm going to just wash this out of my head, and I will come back. It's gonna be a real quick second. All right, y'all, so I'm back. I had put like a little bit of a treatment in my hair. That's why my hair looks a little white, but I washed out. My eyebrow, this one didn't take as well, because like the hair in the front it's very thin, as you can see. Like, I'm gonna zoom in on my eyebrows, but this is a scar. I forgot what happened, but yeah, this is the color. This is how my eyebrows turned out. But yeah, so moving forward, so yeah, that's kind of like what the conversation was between me and Cake, and we moved forward from that. So another week passes. We go on another cute little adventure, but this time I had went to New York. Remember how I said he lived in New York? Alvin lived in Queens. So speaking of Queens, if y'all are from New York, y'all know Far Rock is one of the furthest points in Queens, unless you're going like the Long Island way. But he lived by Far Rock. So being that he lived by Far Rock, I don't know what happened, like my battery's dying, so I'm gonna try to wrap this up quick. But yeah, he lived by Far Rock. So being that he lived by Far Rock, I was like, oh, that's deep, but you know what? I'll do whatever I can for this boy, right? Because I was so in love with him. So I just decide to go to Far Rock. This day, however, I went and got my nails done. So I went to the salon. I wasn't feeling doing my nails, so I went to the salon. I'm gonna insert, if I could find a picture of the set that I had and how it looked and how I hated that chop shop work, I will put it in this video. But it just wasn't giving. The nails weren't, like, looking back at it, I thought I was cute with them nails, but now I'm looking at it, them nails was not it. I remember after I had got those nails done, I went home, shaved off all that polish and everything, and went and did my own design with the nails. And I'll probably put a picture of that too, but I don't know. But yeah, so I went and got my nails done. I got on the train, went over there to meet him. So we're chilling in the car. We almost went the full route, but I just ended up, doing my little 1-2 on the cocky sin. Then he proceeded to try to put the cocky sin through the garage. He tried to put the cocky sin in the garage, and I wasn't feeling him putting the cocky sin in the garage, because at the time, car activities wasn't what I was into. Car activities, it was just too much. I was pretty tall. Like, I've been 5'10" since high school, and I'm still 5'10" now. He was 6'2". That's another thing I forgot to mention. He was 6'2". Him being taller than me actually was another big turn on, but he tried to put his Cockington in the garage, and the car was I just didn't want to do that in the car. So I ended up making him pour out I poured out the volcano. I took the lava out the volcano. He ate the groceries, and he did a little 1-2-1-2 with his fingers. And that was satisfactory. He didn't need to put his Cockington up in there, but that was satisfactory. We finished doing what we're doing. He takes me to go get food. Then we're sitting in this mall garage, and my mother calls. My mother calls me. She's like, where are you? You've been out all day. Are you planning on coming home? Da-da-da. So I ended up telling my mom, I was like, hey, Ma, my sisters wanted to see me, so I met them, and I'm going to stay at my dad's. So from there, I was panicking, because I was like, damn, I don't know how she's going to react. And mind you, she didn't react too great, but she was like, you know what? You're going to your dad's house. I trust that you're going to be at your dad's. So go. So then after that, he didn't drive me. I asked him, I said, oh, can you drive me to my dad's house? He was like, no, but I'll drive you to the train station. So he drove me to the train station. I ended up not going to my dad's house, and I just decided to go back to Jersey. So I got on the train. I got home at like 2 in the morning. I went to sleep. Next day was Sunday. Sunday was pretty chill. Like I said, the weather was starting to warm up. So in the backyard, my mom's bum was setting up the pool in the backyard. I was helping him set up the pool. It's a lot going between my relationship with her bum. It's a whole complicated story, and I'm just not gonna get into that right now. But yeah, so he was setting up the pool. I'm chilling or whatever, and mind you, back then it got warmer around like May and June, so that's why the pool was getting set up. So then the next week happens. We're almost in June at this point. It's like the 3rd or 4th week of May. I don't remember if it was 3rd or the 4th week of May. So then I proceed to get an Instagram DM from somebody who we're gonna call Irrelevant. I'm gonna name this bitch Irrelevant, because this bitch was trying to go back and forth with me about his ex-man, and your ex-man was just sitting his face on my groceries. He was eating my groceries in the back, baby. He wasn't worried about you. But it's not about to beef with this irrelevant ass bitch. So we're gonna call this bitch Irrelevant. So Irrelevant decides to text me and wants to be like, oh, what are you doing talking to my man? I saw y'all messages. Y'all been going on dates. This is my man, da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna entertain you, girl. I'm like, girl, bye. I literally texted, girl, bye. And I went and texted Alvin. So then I'm asking Alvin, I said, well, who is this bitch texting me, da-da-da-da? Alvin goes, oh, that's my ex, da-da-da-da. We not really serious, so I didn't think it was a problem for me and my ex to be cool. I paused. Hold on. What? You mean to tell me, after all these months of sitting here selling me all these dreams, you didn't think we was that serious? I had done put my mouth on your penis, boy. I put my mouth on you, and I'm thinking that we're serious. You're just seeing me as something to nut in? Girl, no, bye. What are you talking about? Me and Alvin get into it. We start getting into it. He's like, oh, I don't know why you thought I was gonna take you that serious. You just some dirty ass bitch from Brooklyn. I was like, oh, so we're going there. So then I started insulting him back. Me and Alvin is going back and forth. Then the bitch, Irrelevant, started texting me, haha, look what I did. I started some mess with you and this nigga. He's mine, da-da-da, blah, blah, blah. So I text the bitch, I'm like, well, you can have him. I blocked Alvin, and I blocked this bitch. When I tell you, after I did all of that, I cried, y'all. I'm not even gonna front. I cried because he was somebody I was taking really serious, and I really had faith that me and this guy was gonna actually be together. But he really ended up breaking my heart, y'all, and it really hurt. I was crying on the phone to Cake. Cake was trying to make me feel better. Cake was like, you know what, bitch? Next weekend, we're gonna plan something big. I got something big fucking planned. We're going to fucking Pride. I'm gonna make sure you get a fucking real man, cause a real nigga needs to be with you. You need to be with a real ass nigga. That's a bum. We're gonna go to Pride and we're gonna get boyfriends. And that is where I'm gonna close off this story, cause y'all thought I was gonna continue talking, but I'm gonna end the story right here. Yes, Alvin is trash, but recently I was on the little Tinders and I had saw Alvin again. I saw Alvin on there. I didn't swipe right on Alvin. I swiped left, but Alvin has definitely matured a lot. He's changed. A lot of his features done changed. He seems a little bit more mature now. But if Alvin really thought I was about to swipe on him, he's a dub. Alvin, if you ever see this video, you're a dub. You're a dub, Alvin. You're a dub. You and that bitch Irrelevant, because the bitch Irrelevant ended up giving you something, and I'm glad the bitch gave you something after me and you did something, because I was not trying to catch no type of STD, no type of diseases. So I'm glad your fucking dirty ass went and got caught fucking, because you done went back to Irrelevant. You and Irrelevant had a great relationship after that. Then Irrelevant started cheating on your bitch ass because Irrelevant's a fucking slut. But we're not going to get into that, okay? We're not going to get into that. I'm going to leave that alone. The next 2019 Storytime video, which will be episode 2, is going to be about Pride. Yes, I did talk about Pride 2019. I did talk about that story time. But it was a whole lot of stuff that happened within that time. So we're going to get into that in episode 2. But for right now, that is all I have for you guys today. Make sure you guys like this video. Comment something sweet in the comments. Go follow me on all of my social medias. And I will see you all in the next one. This is Jada Star, and I'm out. Bye.